Good morning to all of you. Now let us we have start our new unit, that is unit second, excretion. Now in this excretion we have see the structure of kidney, the structure of nephron, physiology of urine formation and counter current mechanism of urine formation. It is based on the semester 3rd, unit 2nd, paper number 7, unit 2nd, that is excretion. Now let us we have start the structure of kidney. You know that the kidney is one of the principal organ for the excretion in our animal body. Now this is the picture of kidney. It is a bean shaped structure. The outer surface is convex and inner surface is a concave. The inner surface has a deep notch. Now see this in the picture, that is the deep notch, and this deep notch it is called as the ileus. Now this is one of the way to the ureters, the renal artery, renal vein and some nerves. They are enter the kidney through the ileus. Because of that, the structure of that, the ileus, it is a notch like structure is seen in the kidney. It is the kidney, it is presents a pair in structure in the human body. Now next one, histological structure of kidney. Now see this picture. In this picture we have seen the histological structure of that the kidney. Then it has seen the renal cortex, renal medulla, renal columns, renal pyramids, renal capsules, ureters, renal vein and the renal artery. So these are the different parts of that kidney. It is clearly showing when we go through see the histological structure of kidney. Now first of all, that the peripheral area is called as the cortex and the central area it is called as the medulla. So kidney has two distinct parts. The two distinct parts it is called as the cortex and the medulla. So peripheral area of the kidney, that is called as the cortex, and the middle or the central area it is called as the medulla. The ureter entering the ileus expands to form funnel-like structure. They are called as the pelvis. Now this one is the ileus is enters into the kidney. These are nothing but called as the pelvis of the kidney. The pelvis is produced into the number of cup-like structure. It is called as the calyx. Now this one is the cup-like structure. They are formed by the pelvis. It is called as the calyx. Next one, the cavity of each calyx is occupied by a cone-like structure. It is called as the pyramids. At the end point of that, the pelvis or the cavity of the calyx, it is nothing but called as the pyramids. And the apex of the pyramid, it is called as papilla. That is called as the renal papilla. Each kidney it has consist the 10 to 15 pyramids. Now it is a cone-like structure, and this cone-like structure, they are contained in the kidney. It has contained the 10 to 15 pyramids. The pyramids are separated by the projection of cortex called as renal column of Bertin. Means each the pyramid it is separated by the column, and this column it is known as a renal column of Bertin. Each pyramid has thousands of tubules called as uriniferous tubules, or it is a nephron. So each kidney it has consist the number of the uriniferous tubules or the nephron, and you know the nephron it is the structural and functional unit of the kidney, and it gives a striated appearance to the pyramids. In each pyramid many uriniferous tubules joins together to form a common tubule called as the collecting duct. Means all the nephrons they are opens into the single tube. that tube it is called as the common tubule called as the collecting duct. Means urine it has collecting, the excretory product it has collect from the duct, that duct it is called as the collecting duct. It is a straight and it is a tree-like, receiving many nephrons. The number of nephrons they have receiving the collection of the urine to the duct, that is collecting duct. Finally, the straight duct called duct of Bellini, and it opens to the apex of pyramid, and the apex of the pyramid has a number of perforations. These, the apex of the pyramids, they are opens into the pelvis. Through the opening, the duct of Bellini opens into the pelvis, which passes into the ureter. Then the structure of uriniferous tubules are the nephron. You know that the nephron it is nothing but the structural and functional unit of the excretory system. It has actually involved for the excretion of unwanted waste material from the body. Now the nephron, it is nothing but it is otherwise called as the uriniferous tubules, and it is the functional unit of the kidney. A nephron is consist as a twisted tubular closed at one end and open at the other end. A network of associated blood vessels. Such type of structure it is forms into uriniferous tubules. Each kidney of man it is form about 1 million of nephron. Means each kidney of every person it has consist the 1.2 million nephrons is consisted into the each and every kidney. Next one, the nephron it is consisting of the Malpighian body. It is a proximal end of nephrons laying in a renal cortex and divided into the Bowman's capsule and the glomeruli. Means the nephron it has consisting the Malpighian body and the renal body. But the Malpighian body it is divided into the two parts, that is Bowman capsules and the glomeruli. Now this is the diagrammatic structure of the Bowman's capsule, and this Bowman's capsule it has consist the different parts. So it is a concave cup-shaped double layered structure. The outer layer is parietal and inner layer is a visceral layer. It has consist the two different layer, that is the cup-shaped structure, and this cup-shaped structure it has consisting the layers, that is the two layers. So the outer layer it is called as parietal layer and inner layer it is called as the visceral layers. These are the two layers is present. So the parietal layer is lined by the squamous epithelium and visceral it is lined by the podocytes. Now the parietal layer it is the outer layer, and this outer layer it has consist of squamous epithelium, but in inner layer, that is a visceral layer, it has consist of the podocyte cells. Podocyte cells it is nothing but the porous type of the cells is present into the Malpighian body. The podocytes and its basement membrane are in close contact with the glomeruli. Now this is the red color part, it is nothing but the glomeruli or the capillaries, which have many minute pores. The glomeruli it has presents the many minute pores and together forms semi-permeable membrane. It is called as the it is also called as the ultra filter or the ultra filtration. The space enclosed by the two layers it is called as urinary space. It has contents with the space of renal tubule. Now actually this is the presence of the Malpighian body, that is glomeruli and the Bowman's capsule. Presence of the podocytic cells of the inner layer, these are the porous type, and this glomeruli it is nothing but the capillary network of the blood, and it has presence the small pores, and the pores it is formed by the semi-permeable membrane, and it is nothing but used for the ultrafiltration of the blood. Next one is the glomeruli. Glomeruli it is nothing but the knob-like structure, and it is presents the blood capillaries or the network of blood capillaries, it is nothing but called as the glomeruli. It is formed by the branching of different arterioles, that is afferent and the efferent arterioles, they are present. The ultrafiltration takes place in the Malpighian tubules to form it is a primary urine. Now this the renal body. So renal body, it is the second part of the uriniferous tubules, and it has consist of short, narrow neck and long renal tubule. The long renal tubule is divided into the following parts. Now this is the parts of that long tubules, that is PCT, that is proximal convoluted tubule, DCT, that is distal convoluted tubule, loop of Henle and the collecting duct. These are the four parts it has consist of the renal body. Now first of all that we have seen the PCT. PCT, it is nothing but the proximal convoluted tubule. It is the first much convoluted tubule laying in the renal cortex. It is internally lined by the cubile epithelial cells with mitochondria and having brush border or microglia, which increases the area for reabsorption, and PCT is a thin walled, wider and connects neck to the descending limb. Then loop of Henle. It is a U-shaped tube, U-shaped structure laying the renal medulla, and it is formed by the descending and ascending limb. So descending limb, it is a thin walled, it is a narrow and internally lined by the cuboidal epithelial cells, and it is not permeable to the water. DCT, it is second less convoluted tubule lying in the renal cortex, and it is internally lined by cuboidal epithelial cells which with less microvilli or without brush border, that is DCT is wider, thin walled and connect to the common collecting duct which turns open into the renal pelvis. Thank you. Welcome your suggestions and the questions.